Sometimes, how a woman dresses up can convey a lot about the mood, especially when it's the wife of the President of the United States meeting the Indian Prime Minister. Melania Trump wore a bright yellow crepe gown to welcome Narendra Modi to the White House on Monday, June 26. Standing on the steps of that iconic building, the former Slovenian model looks straight out of a 70s vintage magazine in that cheery dress by Italian label Emilio Pucci that cost no less than $2,160. That's over $1 lakh rupees for you. Donald Trump and Melania seem like the perfect hosts, waving and beaming at Modi as if they were best buddies. Yet I can't help but imagine that there was more to that cozy lunch in the fancy inner chambers. Trump's message after the meeting was one of bilateral trade and geostrategic alliance with India vis-à-vis China and Pakistan. And India has reason to be pleased with the overall message. While this is going on the one hand, Melania's semi-casual look has also caught the attention of fashion and political readers. Attention has been brought to how colorful and at the same time laid back her look was. Some think it was apt for an afternoon brunch on an American sitcom, while others have even compared it to, well, a nightie. Yes, it was extremely bright, especially when compared to what she has worn to meet other heads of states. But it could have been chosen as color appropriate for the Indian visitor, given how much we gravitate towards the bright stuff. Rather than a safe pencil dress like what she wore to meet the President and First Lady of Panama just a week before, Melania went all out with the American glam girl look. The fashion decision seems to take quite a few factors into account. Full sleeves and a long length to show respect to the Prime Minister. And we all remember what happened to Priyanka Chopra when she wore an above-the-knee dress to meet the Prime Minister just a month before. It also fits in the larger scheme of things, especially with regard to political positioning. The choice of the color, a bright yellow that could easily belong in a crayon box, is significant with India associating it with friendship, happiness, and a summer that's unique to our country. A saffron leaning could also be indicated if one really went into it, but let's leave that for another time. Meanwhile, the question revolves around her semi-casual style and that large abstracted floral print. Until now, we have seen Melania stick to safe, single-tone clothing, and this is possibly one of the first times that we have seen her experimenting with design. Though unique, it was louder than expected, and honestly, if you search really hard, you could possibly find a rip-off at any local store in the country. It would probably have been more appreciated had she worn a dress by an Indian designer, like how Michelle Obama celebrated the likes of Vibhu Mohapatra and Naeem Khan at all India-centric state events. However, Melania Trump's fashion choice was a carefully crafted public message. And from the way the talks unraveled between Modi and Trump, it seems like the decision was in the right direction.